Hello guys, welcome back to Coffee Chat Tuesday. Today let's chat about the things for self-development that I still do and the things for self-development that I no longer do, because I know a lot of you guys know that I had this unhealthy relationship with self-development to the point where I felt like it constantly needed to be fixed, and I went down this deep rabbit hole for not feeling like enough. Anyway, if you guys want me to do a full episode on that, let me know and I can do a whole coffee chat surrounding maybe the dark side of self-development because that's how it felt for me. I feel so much more content, I feel so much more happy, I feel so much less pressure, and I feel like I've got a really nice balance at the moment of leaning into what I think feels really good for me and letting go of what no longer feels very aligned. So the self-development things that I still do is practice gratitude and trying to stay grateful and look for the silver lining. Of course, I have my moments where I let myself be down in the dumps, feel crappy, but I feel like I really do always believe that the way things are happening in life, it always works out for my best interest. So tapping into being grateful and trusting, I guess that's trusting that everything's gonna work out okay. So that is something that I definitely still do practice. This next one has been like everything. So tuning in more rather than tuning out. For example, before, when I had an issue and something going on, I feel like I would straight away go to outside sources. I would go jump on a podcast, I would go jump on YouTube, I'd go jump wherever and get somebody else's advice. Whereas now I feel like I take everyone's advice with a grain of salt and I take on my own view or feelings so much more. Yeah, I felt like the more I started to tune in, the more I felt like I was authentically being myself, because I wasn't looking for outside sources to try to fix me, or even really for people to like hugely rub their opinion off on me as well. So rather than going outside of myself to people or social media or whatever it is, I started to tune in way more. I feel like before it was like I needed outside proof, whereas now it's like, no, you know, Keiara. Regular exercise. This is definitely something that doesn't look the same as it used to, but I definitely still do and prioritize however that is that I can. Having a walking pad, Kurt got me one for Valentine's Day, has been like life-changing. I can get a little walk in at nighttime when the kids are asleep or while I'm trying to work at the same time. And honestly, that's what I do like 80% of the time. I feel like it's just so easy to fit it in around the kids, especially with Cody working such long days most days. I just find it so handy. Or when the kids are at school, I've been loving going to Pilates. Eating a well-balanced diet. In fact, I feel like my diet is even better now than what it was. I feel like obviously being at home and being able to cook so many more homemade meals and having more time. Getting outside in nature. This is something that I, again, feel like I'm doing more than what I was. And I used to, like my whole life, this is something that I've always like done, is get out in the sunshine, get out in the nature, go sit around the pool for like 15 minutes, have my lunch out there. Those of you guys who have watched for a long time will know this is something I've always preached and I will continue to do. Listening to uplifting music. This is something that I actually stopped doing because all my spare time, I feel like I was trying to learn new things. I feel like I was listening to those motivational chats all the time rather than just listening to music. Now, literally, every time the kids are in the car with me, we are pumping the music, we're singing, windows down. It's our thing. Whenever they're in the car with mum, they say it's music up and windows down. And it's so fun and it just puts you in the best mood every single day without a doubt. Jack Johnson radio is playing throughout our house. It's just so calming, chill, and also like uplifting and happy music. I feel like this is such a huge key thing to shifting my mood and making me feel so great, and it's something that, yeah, I stopped doing for a really long time. What I do now compared to what I didn't do before, I feel like really is just the simple things. Like it's just all the simple things and nothing that's too extravagant or too out there. Connection with loved ones. I actually have time for this now. But yeah, I feel like obviously now having a lot more time, I'm really leaning into connecting with my loved ones, whether that be my friends or family or extended family. I just feel like I'm really having more time to have quality time with the people that I love the most, and that has been so great. Living more in the present, that is definitely a huge one. I feel like before, when I was really deep in self-development, I was always thinking of what's next, how can I be better, grow, change, push, harder, faster. And then since I've like pulled everything back, I'm just so much more on the present. I'm so much more in the present, but for some crazy way, I feel like I'm 10,000 times more productive. Maybe it's because I'm not overthinking, so I'm just like plotting around and doing stuff. Like I'll be like, oh, that needs to be put away, and just like fold it up, put it away. Like I don't know, I just feel like I'm so much more present, but I'm also so much more productive. Being able to just be, like just be and be in the moment. Before, I feel like I really struggled to just like, and take a breath. Whereas, yeah, I feel like I really like soak up those moments now, especially with the kids. Like if I sat down to do something with them, I nearly felt like I should be like learning or doing something else. Not all the time, but sometimes. And yeah, now I'm just like, oh, this is the best thing ever. Something I do still do as well, but just nowhere near as often, is I do still love my saunas. I love my saunas. I love to try to do one a week, which is honestly probably what I average now, but I used to do it every single day. So I just did everything to excess, I feel like. Now the self-development things I no longer do. Obviously, take in too much of anything. I don't do that anymore. I don't take in information from here, take in information from there. If I want to know something as well, I'll either go to someone online who I look at their life and I feel like is really similar to mine, or they have similar values, and I feel like, you know, I want to like hear them chat about something. But again, take it with a grain of salt because I am my own person. Or yeah, just take some time to think on it, feel on it, not have to go and get someone else's opinion necessarily, or being able to hear what somebody else says and just like kind of sit on it and think about it as well, rather than just trying to always feel like I need to try the next thing. Yeah, I just kind of felt now like it's okay to just figure it out as I go. Another thing that I no longer do is spend hours a week learning and reading. I probably feel like obviously I felt a lot more pressure as well, because that was part of my job, and what I needed to do was to learn to be able to share and to teach. Love you so much. Okay. Love you. Bye. Okay, I'll see you soon. Bye. I think this is going to be a new thing. Whenever Regan's here with grandma now, she like knows that I'm upstairs doing my thing and she just wants to pop up here. So hello each time. But yes, I've not listened to one like self-development podcast at all for months. I have listened to ones that are like fun, uplifting, mystery murders, or just like other people's experiences and stuff like that. Yes. But self-development wise, nada. And then other than that, it has just been reading purely for enjoyment and nothing self-development in ages. Cold therapy. I just have a bloody coffee. I do not do cold therapy anymore. I just have a coffee. I mean, it does feel great. I really do like going from the sauna for a jump in the pool. I do like that, and I will probably do that again in winter because it is nice. But will I make myself sit in there and struggle when I feel like I want to get out? No, it'll be like a quick dip, get out. And then just go inside, Keiara, and actually make yourself coffee. And then this is another thing that I no longer do. I no longer go caffeine free. I bloody enjoy my coffees so much. I have probably 2 to 3 a day, and I feel great. I have spoke about this a few times before, but I think because obviously I'm feeling so much more calm and grounded, it doesn't rattle me. Obviously, if I was super anxious, it wouldn't be something that I would be doing. But you know, love my coffees. It's crazy how when you actually just listen to your body and do the lifestyle shifts, you think like it's the coffee and things that are making you anxious, but they're just contributing to it. Another thing I no longer do is I no longer care about having a glass of red wine. When I want to have a glass of red wine, I have a glass of red wine. When my girlfriends are going out for some alcohol, I will definitely join. And not even on a hard day when the kids have been like hectic and things are happening. Like I just go, yeah, cool. It's going to help me just relax. I no longer constantly try to fix everything. This is the biggest one. I feel like before there would be like one thing I would learn and then the next thing would pop up and I'd be like, okay, now I've got to fix this. Now I've got to fix this. Now I've got to fix this. Like just constantly trying to fix myself, which was morphing me into this like robot of a human. Like humans aren't meant to be perfect. And the more you're like trying to shift and change all these things, the less authentic or true you are to your actual self and who you are at your core. You're just suppressing it. You know, it's like you're trying to be more like this or more like that or do these things or do that, and it's like, just, you don't need to if you don't want to. Like, it's actually okay. There's nothing wrong with you as long as you're a good person and you have good intentions. Like, you're all good. I'm saying this because I'm like saying it to myself. Oh, this is a biggie. needing hours of alone time. I feel like before, when I was heavy in self-development, always need to fix myself, I needed so much time on my own to like figure out like what's going on and blah blah blah, and journal this and like what's happening there and what's happening here. Whereas now I'm just like, yeah, I feel like honestly a lot of it has been too, like I've got rid of the cause of a lot of my anxiety and worries, which is why I don't feel the need. But I understand in that moment I felt like I was drowning and I felt like there was no way out. So I was trying to like get all these things to help me. But really all I was doing was like chucking extra things on top for me to do that weren't going to, nothing was going to help or fix me until I made some serious lifestyle changes. So if you guys haven't watched my last video about the story of the greedy girl or whatever I end up calling it, go watch that one, because I feel like that will make this one make a lot more sense if you hear about like how I got to this point, or if you want to know more about the changes that I've made. Taking on so much of what everyone else says, like I said before, I feel like I just take everything that everyone says now with a grain of salt, and it's fine for them to have their opinion, but I don't actually need to take action or take on their advice. It can just be something where I go, okay, that's what you think, that's cool. And you know, if somebody gets offended by you doing that, then that's on them, that's not on you. Taking everything so seriously. I feel like now I just don't. Like, even, you know, if somebody said something and then people are like, oh my gosh, did you hear the way they said that? And then you start to be like, oh my gosh, is that the way it's supposed to be? Like, it's like, no, like just don't take everything so seriously. Like, life's meant to be fun. Life's not meant to be so serious all the time. Like, it's okay to enjoy your life and actually not be perfect and actually not try to like fit in this bubble. Like, it's okay to actually just thoroughly enjoy life and to not be serious. Like, life doesn't have to be serious. Life should be fun. And my last one is, I no longer feel like I always need an answer. I feel like when you're heavy in self-development, I feel like some of you guys will really understand this one. Something will happen and then people are like, why is this triggering you? Or where is this coming from? Or what is the reason behind this? Or why did they act that way? And it's almost like you're constantly picking everyone apart and yourself apart to try to digest and understand why you're doing every single little thing and then try to fix it. But then that's actually what makes you you. So if you're happy with who you are as a human, like, it's okay to just let it be and not spend your whole life trying to figure it out, but actually just enjoying life. Because it's so exhausting, it's so mentally and emotionally draining that if someone says one little thing to you and you have to digest and understand exactly why they've said it and where it's come from and blah blah, and like their childhood, they're this, they're that, and it's like, yeah, but also like that's what makes you you. Like, with your things you've gone through as a kid, or the things you've gone through as an adult, or your triggers, or your this or your that, like that's what makes you you. And you know how people say as well, like, that's your trigger, that's not my fault, that's the thing you need to work on. Yeah, but also like, if you're my good friend and you know that's my trigger, then why be an asshole and why do it? Like, I don't know. I feel like it just kind of goes both ways. I feel like the people who love you for you will accept you for who you are. And if you're happy with who you are, then you don't need to change it all. And you don't need to, like, unless you want to understand it for some reason, you know, you can come to the bottom of it and have understanding and get yourself more potentially, but like, you can just leave it there. You can go, okay, I know I have this trigger, I know I have this thing, but like, you don't need to like go deep or shame yourself or make yourself feel awful. If you do get pissed off by something, like, you are a human being, you're going to get pissed off, you're going to get annoyed, you're going to feel this way one day, that way the next, especially being a woman and having these beautiful things called hormones. But anyways, guys, that's my chat for today. Things that I still do for self-development and things that I no longer do. And I hope that this has made you guys reflect and have a look and go, do I really need to do that? Or do I not need to do that? Or do I like doing that? Like, check in with yourself, see what feels good for you. And you know, just because this person over here is saying you should, if it doesn't feel good for you, then maybe you shouldn't. All right, guys, I love you, and I will see you on the next Coffee Chat Tuesday.